This is home. Twin States News starts right now.
Tonight, a new kind of diploma. In 2018-2019, ninth graders were able to choose whether they wanted to work for a traditional diploma or take additional classes to earn an endorsement diploma. So now is the first time a graduating class has been able to receive these endorsement diplomas. Twin States News' Donisha Branham spoke with the Lauderdale County School District to learn the key differences these diplomas make.
This year for the 2022 high school graduating class will have different diplomas from what previous graduates received. This year's class will be the first class to graduate with the endorsement diplomas.
They have endorsements this year, so this is something that was started from state level about 4 years ago. So this will be the first class that has graduated with these, and these are the distinguished, the academic, and CTE. So there are three different types of endorsements they can get.
Instead of the traditional diplomas, students had the option of choosing which route they wanted to take their education with either distinguished, academic, or CTE track.
The distinguished track is a track basically for students that's striving to go in IHL, higher learning. The CTE track is a track where it gives a kid more options if a kid want to be career ready, be able to help in the workforce as they come out of school. They can actually get hands-on training in the particular field that they wanted to go in.
One thing that makes students who achieve a distinguished endorsement diploma qualifies for enrollment at any major university in Mississippi.
It just gives these students a sense of accomplishment. They have to go through and meet certain requirements. There's certain academic classes that they have to pass, and standards, objectives and goals that are written inside their IEP, and it's just a wonderful accomplishment for them.
Though this is a statewide change, Lauderdale County School District standards are higher by requiring 30 credits versus 28 credits.
We're extremely proud of the work that the students here in Lauderdale County has done in all three of the tracks, the academic, the distinguished, and the CTE track. And we just look forward to having more wonderful students to put out that's going to be college career ready.
Donisha Branham, Twin States News, Meridian.
Poplar Springs Elementary introducing their students to different forms of art through their Celebrate Art event. Twin States News' Jasmine Stevenson takes us there.
From visual arts, musical art, storytelling, and more, Poplar Springs Elementary students got interactive with their artistic side today. Fifth graders Talia Castile and Zachary Saxon were surprised at what could come out of scraps of old newspapers.
Well, we did have someone come in to explain to us, the different kinds of art and what they can be made out of. Like, for example, newspapers, just regular papers, that we can use to create landscapes and different kinds of just buildings, and I just think it's so beautiful that we can do that, because it helps out a lot, and it's just it's amazing, really it is.
It's like so cool because you wouldn't think you would do much with newspapers. You just start reading and then throw it away. But it's so cool with the words it can make, and I think it's so cool that it works that way.
Terrence Roberts was among the 20 local artists invited to the school to share his talents in storytelling.
The Storyteller's Toolkit, or the Actor's Toolkit, goes in everything. When you're thinking about literacy and writing, when you're having to do presentations in front of your class, all of those things hold true. Plus, it helps them get a better understanding of narrative. And that's the way we learn, and that's the way we communicate. So they have those skills, they become better communicators.
Poplar Springs Elementary has been holding the Celebrate Art event for 10 years, but this year is its first year back since COVID.
We have musicians, we have actors and actresses, we have visual artists, we have yoga going on, we have ballet, we have everything you can imagine. They are coming in, they have created short interactive lessons with the students to just show their love of art.
Along with the students, teachers of Poplar Springs were able to learn techniques that they will be able to transfer to their classrooms to further engage students in the arts. Jasmine Stevenson, Twin States News, Meridian.
The Lauderdale County Tax Collector's Office reopened today after a restroom in the office was flooded, causing damage to computers and other equipment. County Tax Collector Doris Speidel says the debris is now cleaned and they're ready for customers. The office is open from 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. 2 juveniles arrested after 2 vehicles were reportedly stolen from the area of Newell Road and 45th Court. Meridian police say the vehicles were recovered yesterday after one of the suspects made a post on social media bragging about stealing the vehicles. The 2 suspects were taken into custody at Old Marion Apartments. Both have been charged with motor vehicle theft. President Biden in Buffalo today, meeting with first responders and the families of the victims killed in Saturday's mass shooting at a supermarket. The massacre is bringing about fresh calls in Congress to pass gun control legislation. But will it have momentum? Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
The family of Celestine Chaney says she was a survivor, never imagining the scenario that would ultimately take her life.
My sister survived breast cancer and 3 aneurysm surgeries to go to the grocery store to get killed.
Chaney was one of 10 people killed on Saturday after investigators say 18-year-old Peyton Gendron targeted Tops supermarket in Buffalo and started shooting, intent on killing as many black people as possible.
My mom was laying on the ground. He went and reloaded. And he shot my mom again.
President Biden and the First Lady traveled to Buffalo Tuesday morning to meet with the victims' families and first responders. The president denouncing the massacre as terrorism motivated by hateful ideology.
Evil will not win, I promise you. Hate will not prevail, and white supremacy will not have the last word.
The violence also triggering yet another debate on gun control. Authorities say Gendron bought his gun in New York legally. The purchase reportedly taking place months after state police say they investigated him in June for making a threat about committing a murder-suicide.
He was never on our radar.
Chaney's family now grieving and trying to figure out how this tragedy happened. Efforts to pass gun control legislation in Congress have failed in the past, another issue on which Democrats could likely face criticism this November. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Hundreds of Ukrainian fighters have been removed from a besieged port city. The evacuations come as the fighting shifts to the Donbas region. Trey Yingst has more.
Buses carrying Ukrainian fighters arrived in Russian-controlled territory yesterday. More than 260 were evacuated from the besieged Azovstal plant in Mariupol. Dozens of them heavily wounded in the fighting. Efforts are now underway to save those left behind.
We hope for extraction. This is what we're fighting for. I don't see another way out for them.
Fighters in that steel mill represented Ukraine's last stronghold in the port city. Ukrainian officials have avoided using the term surrender, instead saying the fighters completed their mission.
Ukraine needs Ukrainian heroes alive. The operation to save the defenders of Mariupol has been started by our military intelligence. The work continues to return guys home.
But Russia continues to face setbacks in this war. In recent days, Ukrainian fighters have advanced around the city of Kharkiv, forcing Russian troops to pull back. Much of the fighting is now taking place in the Donbas region, with several cities coming under heavy shelling. Meanwhile, loud explosions rocked Lviv this morning. The state governor says 3 missiles were shot down. One did strike a military target less than 10 miles from the Polish border.
The Ukrainians, within the next few weeks, will have an opportunity to conduct a counteroffensive, not just a counterattack, but a counteroffensive to drive the Russians out of the territory.
Russia has also suffered diplomatic losses, with Sweden planning to apply for NATO membership. In Kyiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
More protection from COVID could be coming soon to a group that needs it the most. Steve Harrigan has more from Atlanta.
Vaccine access is expanding again to another group of vulnerable Americans, the FDA giving the green light to Pfizer booster shots for kids 5 to 11 years old. making them the youngest age group eligible for a third shot. Pfizer says the extra dose significantly increases protection for children. Welcome news for parents as we enter another surge in COVID cases.
If we have the tools that we have developed over the last few years, I think we can keep infections down. We can certainly make sure that people do not end up getting hospitalized.
Nationwide, daily infections are up more than 60% in the past 2 weeks. On Monday, more than 147,000 new cases were reported. That number was 11,000 just 1 month ago. And with the surge only expected to get worse as the summer heats up, health officials say Americans need to get those booster shots as soon as possible.
That is the way to really start moving forward from COVID, and that's been the president's focus.
Despite the growing risk, there have been few COVID restrictions put back in place, though officials in cities like New York and Los Angeles are urging folks to put their masks back on in public, claiming it's the best way to protect vulnerable family members.
I still am a big masker because I have to. I can't afford to get infected and pass it to my mother.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is back on Capitol Hill today asking lawmakers for more COVID money. In Atlanta, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
Still ahead tonight, we have your complete forecast. Plus,
medical breakthroughs are increasing the chances of survival for babies born extremely premature. I'm Kevin Cork, and I've got all the details on that story and much more coming right up.